New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning. Laura Styles is in Taipei. Rosenberg is on a wrestling assignment.
What? Who's
The dream was, I mean, you're a superstar, songwriter, singer, artist, millionaire. And so, you know, he was a little bit late. People had to run out. We busy around here, man. But they told me to let you know and make sure you know that they love you and they miss you.
Hey, tell them I love them as well. I know you're not talking about late.
I'm always late.
What? I think literally 2 weeks ago you was crazy late, I was like, why she say something to me about being late? It's always those. It's always those ones.
Nah, man. So look, Ménage Trois is out. You dropped 3 albums in this streaming era, and you're probably one of the only artists that is in sole control of their career that much.
How you feel about it now? Because I know now you had a chance to go down.
For people who haven't really ran through it, it's 3 different vibes.
Yes.
It's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so I've actually gone through it in chunks, right? Because it's 21 songs, right?
Yeah. I mean, especially if you add a little extracurricular activity.
Actually, no, it's 28.
No, it's 38 joints.
38 joints.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to break it out. And then what I did is I took out certain vibes and put them into my playlist.
Bingo. And that's the look, actually. I was going for that, but I didn't want to tell anybody to do that.
Because, the playlist game is how it just moves around the ecosystem and streaming.
That's what's happening. Like even on like Apple, like with them pushing records around, Spotify, everybody's putting their own record in a certain type of vibe. And I was like, that's why I did that many records. So you could pull that and put it in, there's a stepping record in there that everybody loves, that gorgeous record.
Yeah.
And it's like, this belongs with. I'm like, yeah. Put it over there.
So in the R&B space, you are one of the kings, right? Like you and I talked about the whole King of R&B debate.
Yep, we did.
And you were clearly, recognizing that there's kings in different spaces that do different things. They have certain kingdoms. I like how you articulated that. There's specialists.
Why do I feel like a bum is about to?
No. I was just really gonna say, do you still feel like that after your albums come out? And you've watched the response to the King of R&B stuff. How do you feel about the conversation
It's
there?
real quiet out here, to be honest, man. I expected more noise.
Really?
Yeah, I expected more noise, man. I thought somebody was gonna yank my chain a little bit. Like, it's all right, but I'm finna drop this fire on you. But nobody did that yet. I'm waiting.
But R&B as a craft, you right? It takes craftsmanship. It's not something that you want to rush and throw out if you really care about it.
True, but I mean, at least let me know it's coming. Friendly fire.
You want action. You want smoke.
I want all the smoke.
You want all the smoke.
I want all the smoke. I don't even want to be king. That's what's crazy. I told you I'm Batman. I don't even want to be that hero. You can have it.
Are you? Do people know that you're highly competitive? Is that well known in the industry?
Zero. I don't think anybody knows anything about it. He found out yesterday. Yeah, we was shooting basketball in the back.
Doing this basketball,
door.
You still swear you nice.
Man, see? That's what I be talking about. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Look, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying you swear you nice.
Hey.
Biggest basketball game you ever played in?
The biggest.
Like meaning the most celebs.
I've never did one.
Not even private?
No. Oh, well, yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Me, Kanye, Travis Scott, and Drake, actually. Yeah, that was before. It was earlier in 2018.
That was before things got...
Vibes were going good. Vibes was going good.
But
if you ask that group what happened,
Wait, so was this in Wyoming?
Yes. Oh, so that means I was on a mountain. Bow, bow, bow.
Hitting jump shots.
Bow, bow. No trays, man. Jump shots, that's dinosaur. Nobody does that anymore. If you go shoot an 18-foot jumper, please go behind the three-point line. Don't play yourself.
Don't play yourself.
Less money.
Good thing I don't play no more. So everything was good though when y'all was playing basketball. It was positive vibes.
Oh yeah, it was awesome vibe.
Were you there when the vibe wasn't awesome anymore?
No, I'm never there when the vibe isn't awesome anymore. I'm awesome.
Right, because you made sure it was awesome.
I'm just gonna make sure to remind everybody, if you're doing well, why not do well? Like, what are we doing? This is enough. If you're trying to find that energy, there's enough poverty in the world to go around for that energy and for you to do something about it. Like, there's enough bad things going on. So let's get out and let's change that into that. It's like the kids, like when they're young. Like, and I remember getting in Taekwondo, for some months when it was just that time. It was like 5th grade, and it was like, I just want to put my hands on somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, no, we're going to put you, we got something for all that.
Something to do with that energy.
Yeah, just need an extra thing to do. But when you're wealthy and successful, they don't know what to do with that energy. And I think you have to, like, find things and find people that need that extra energy that you're holding, because sitting idle just, what's that old saying? Like the devil, like when you sit idle. Like,
the idle mind is the devil's playground or something like that.
And that's what it is. Everybody's sitting around and got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on IG real quick and hate on somebody.
Well, and I think also, like, J. Cole just put out a record the other day. He talks about, if I'm a beef with somebody, it's not gonna be because you slid in my lane. It's not gonna be because you're trying to sell. I'm trying to sell sneakers. It's not gonna be because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's either gonna be real beef or let's not do that. Like, not over some bullshit, basically, is the way I interpret it.
There it is. But also, to the contrary, I mean, that's just from one man's perspective to another's. Like, you don't know what that means to another person. It doesn't make it right or better, but that may mean a thing to them, which is actually the problem. J. Cole just has a sensibility where he understands who he is. Mm-hmm. Most people don't. So it's like trying to get somebody to live life parallel to yours when it's like, well, we didn't come up the same way. We didn't, do these things. And I used to feel frustrated about that and about people with that type of energy. And then I started to understand, like, oh, that energy came from your childhood, though. You can't go back and relive your childhood. So we have to try to figure out how to get together as adults to figure out why that thing fuels you, if it's even needed or if you even care about it. Because the first thing is care. If you don't care, it doesn't matter.
How many kids do you have now?
7.
You have 7 kids. Did a lot of do you go to therapy, read a lot of books, just working with being around your own kids, you start to learn?
I read a lot, and I read a lot of excerpts, like just with people talking about their situations, like just real people, and just reading what they went through, like with family, what it means. And I have a lot of those things, I think, from my childhood and my grandfather. So he's like the book that's running in my head all the time. Yeah,
because you and your grandfather are very close.
Very close. So he has a book in there, and it's just going. And the kids, the elders are getting, like, they're just getting anxious. And I can tell. And I'm like, come here. Let me holler at you real quick.
Right.
Here's a story, or that same energy that I just spoke about. Here are people that go without. It seems like you shouldn't have to say that or reiterate it, but to the ones that have the most, those are the ones you have to reiterate it to the most. And so I try to tell them, like, yo, this ain't real life. What y'all doing? The things you guys aren't worried about, that's not real life. That's not my life growing up.
Right.
This is your life.
Right.
Like, but this is what it is. So
you as a as a singer songwriter in this game, and being in R&B, we were all. I got fried the other week. They brought up a 2015 tweet of mine about separating art from artists, right? And I talked about Bill Cosby, and I was talking about how I used to watch Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, and it was a Confederate flag flying around.
Flag. Yeah, we
and
didn't care.
Ain't nobody stopped me. It
we
was
didn't
like,
care.
Ain't nobody turned out. It was just
nobody turned off TV.
Right? Now, and then I even put R. Kelly in there, you know what I mean? Because we had heard rumors about R. Kelly, but not until seeing this documentary where it was like, I can't listen to them records no more. Like, I know he's talented. We love those records. He contributed a lot to the game. But I couldn't, after just seeing it, I couldn't deal with it. Fast forward, somebody like yourself, you studied all the greats in the game.
All of them.
Right, and a lot of the greats, even when you look at James Brown's past, or you look at the allegations against Mike, or you look at Otis Redding and shooting up the Apollo, chasing James Brown, you know what I mean? And I'm not comparing that to sexual assault, but you see some crazy Rick James stories, and you see a lot of stories.
Preach.
And not saying that those people shouldn't be held accountable or the R. Kelly story. I'm trying to make excuse for R. Kelly. Not saying none of that. But just saying that now when we look back on artists, when you look back and listen to records, how do you reconcile that in your brain?
The times. Those were the times, they were in. Like even our mothers and fathers and us being younger, me hearing Kelly a different way than somebody's going to hear R. Kelly now. Because I'm going to hear Kelly in the 90s. Like that's just going to be what it is. I'm going to hear that. It's attached to a moment in my childhood, whereas this is a space. And I think people are trying to avoid the real ideal of, hey, guess what, guys? And it doesn't demean anything. It's trying to hold a human being to God status every day when you wake up. You're gonna fail every time. I haven't seen Jesus on this earth yet. I haven't seen Allah. I haven't seen none of them. I see a bunch of people. I see most of the times when we don't know what to do, we're lost. Like I don't see this angelic space we're in when we're pointing, at the other individual, regardless of, okay, this is the worst thing ever. Okay, we all know. Like, we're not dumb. Like, yeah, this is bad. This isn't cool.
That's right.
But in the same space, where do we live? Where, like, what is this? Because you could turn to the left of that and probably something my uncle is doing that's like, yo,
well, and that's
not cool.
That's a real thing, and I think that's why people were so triggered by the R. Kelly thing is because, this person who did terrible things to human beings is celebrated for their artistry. And it was like, wait, people knew about this? This was happening?
Ebro, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's celebrated in spite. I think if we had this is what happens. Is as hard as this is to hear and take, this is what happens. The world is seen in black and white. You've been that way since forever. You've been that way since we got here. And it always comes back to the dumbest thing ever, which is race. We know we have an idea, but I have no idea why we haven't figured it out yet. We're like Neanderthals in that space. In spite, we won't, as a culture, maybe let you tear down something that we have because you've teared down so many things.
Right. So it's almost like people act like you're not going to take this away from me too.
He's getting the benefit probably of that. Not even the art, not anything. If everything was on the up and just straight, just how it should be, like you treat me well as a black guy,
so
you as a white guy, we get all our opportunities.
You're saying people ignore people's faults because they want them to succeed so bad.
What's different about?
Is that what you're saying?
What's different about OJ?
In what regard?
In the regard that
he's a murderer.
In spite, we're like, oh no, that's our guy.
Well, I'm not me, but
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but a lot of people gave OJ a pass because he killed a white woman.
Yeah, don't think about it personally. I'm not trying to think about it in the landscape of all of us over here.
In a macro level.
Right.
Yeah.
That's our guy. It's only 2-3 of them making it out from over here anyway. We not doing good.
He got off. He's the one that got off, so we're going to celebrate him. That's a very dysfunctional way to think about
definitely.
OJ.
It's definitely dysfunctional.
And so you're saying that are you saying the backlash of R. Kelly or the people who gave R. Kelly a pass through those years
feel some type of way about many of things?
Right.
We grow up and we feel some type of way about many of things.
Right.
And somebody always benefits from it.
They get the pass because
of those things that had nothing to do with them, that just happened in a time where you're like, you know what? I can do something and get blamed for something and I feel in a certain type of way about it and know that nobody in the world is going to care, whatever it is, and then see one of my counterparts get blamed for something and I'll feel reserved just because, oh, y'all did that same thing to me. Nobody cared. Go to the Lions, you go, and feel reserved, and then I have to come back and say, all right, even though you feel that type of way about this thing that happened to you, and somebody pointed a finger at you, and it wasn't true, you just have to come back to zero. Everybody can't come back to zero. Sometimes you just I'm blind because you did that to me. Like, I won't forget that you
You're holding
did
a
it.
grudge.
Of course. And so you do it in spite in a way where it's like, yeah, I see it. But it's going to go on probably for a while because it's hard for me to just give you that. It's like, yo, turn over the person that you got that's on your side over to us. And we're like, turn over the people that you've done things to, all the slain kids that got out of the cars when they get shot by the cops.
And so you feel like people protected R. Kelly because they were making money, they wanted a big superstar, they wanted the R&B stuff, they wanted these things despite the fact that there was terrible things going on.
I don't even, if you compare it to what it is, because we as a people are genuine and we do have that spot in our heart. If it was just that, we wouldn't. If it's just art and music, it's like, man, like, all right, cool. We can get that up. Somebody else make some records, man. Let's go back. Let's go back to somebody else or whatever it is. That's not it. So everybody just keeps scratching the stupid surface of, oh, it's because of the music. Like, no, it's not. It's because of other shit that's happened. That's what it is. So that person in the moment just gets that benefit of so many things that have happened. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. And I guarantee you, there's 80% of people who listen to what I'm saying is like, he don't know what you're talking about, man. It's about the mute, man. They just be jamming. Like, it's like, no, it's not. The 20% are like, that's exactly right. That's how I feel about something that happened on my job or something that happened at my home, something that happened to my parents, to my sister, to my brother that got
projecting
handcuffed
other issues
and beat
into
up for
another
no reason.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you pull that back as a culture. Because if it was just one culture, black, white, yellow, whatever it is, then it's like, all right, get out of here, man. This doesn't belong in this humane, place. Like, this isn't right. This isn't humanity. Like, get out of here.
I will say I was disappointed in people coming for Erykah Badu the other day. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen it.
She was on stage in Chicago. She said, I don't know how y'all feel about it. I'm paraphrasing. She said, I'm going to pray for R. Kelly. I'm also going to pray for the victims too. But at what point do, we start, praying and trying to help people get better and instead of just tearing people down because, what R. Kelly did hurt someone else. And if those people go hurt someone else, are we going to be mad at everybody that's been hurt, or are we going to, at some point, start looking at...
Everybody's contradicting themselves. It's like, you can't deliver, like, solace to somebody who's been hurt by hurting somebody else. Like, you're just creating a circle and a pattern. It's going on. I just watch it. It's like, and not to dabble in this space, but it was like the Kevin Hart thing. I'm like, we're not going to get anywhere if you're just going to attack him after you feel attacked. You're just creating a circle and doing the same thing I just spoke about, which creates people in a spite that pull in a certain direction and say, oh, okay, hold up. You're not just going, like, swing on my man when he comes to town. Like, you're not going to do that. Because regardless, I'm still supposed to love him, right?
And the real issue, right? The real issue, and I'm listening to what you're saying, the real issue is accountability for how we got to the point where we are today. That's what you're trying to say.
We're done. I don't know what's so hard.
But I don't think, it's hard because then now it's kind of like, when people are like, yo, white people, white privilege, and white people be like, I didn't do, a person will be like, I didn't do anything. I can't be held responsible for 3 generations ago that I wasn't even here for, right? Someone else would go, yeah, but you're not acknowledging the value and the opportunity it gave you. So I need to hear you acknowledge what it gave you so that we can now...
That's the impartial part I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the part. That's what makes you feel some type of way. You're like, oh, okay, cool. It's like, even though your brother or your uncle or your granddad did it, you're not saying like, we ain't with that.
And you're not even acknowledging the monetary gains, the social gains, the other things that you have inherited.
You're not going to give us this weed and let us sell it in the stock market. I see y'all building these stocks up for weed after you locked us up for 30 years. It's stuff like that, man. Like, we start looking in, it's not the wrong direction. I'm not going to say that. It's like somebody's just like, it's something shiny over here and they just took the whole, and I don't mean to go left on all the listeners, but y'all better watch this weed thing, man. Y'all know how long we've been incarcerated.
We talk about it a lot. We talk about it a lot.
Weed.
So, for instance...
Y'all got the liquor. You got that from us. Give us that. We want to sell that.
So there's programs like, for instance, the mayor of New York City is on the page where you are. And a lot of people are saying, let's see how it plays out. They're saying the communities that were hurt the most by those drug laws are where we want to make sure that we not only invest the tax revenues, but also encourage small businesses to be started for those communities that were hurt the worst by the war on drugs.
It's the last greatest thing of basically just extra slavery is what the incarceration was, like coming out of slavery. It's like, oh, you did that? Okay, cool, lock them up. 10 years. It's the next and only thing I see going forward where the community can benefit from a thing if you make it viable for everybody. Other than that, the next space is just tech anyway, which no, you still need money to create tech and create certain
But you're
things.
saying marijuana is something that you can grow in your home.
You can grow, you can keep it in the hood, you could say, hey, cool, this isn't leaving the inner city. You want to buy this? You got to come right here.
Or if you want to buy in this area, you got to buy from this.
You got to come in this area.
And then that's before you even get into health benefits and
Bingo.
the actual growing and farming and, these other things that get into it that you can help. Because, grandmama's prescriptions ain't getting cheaper.
They not.
You know what I mean? And so teaching grandma that weed is not cocaine, grandma. This right here
Good luck.
This little oil right
Go
here
on,
can
smoke this
actually
real quick,
help
Grandma.
your pain.
Grandma, go on smoke.
You don't
this
have to
real
smoke,
quick.
Grandma. You could take a gummy. You could drink the tea. But that prescription is tearing up your kidney and your liver.
Period.
And this little oil can help you sleep.
Yep.
It could help you with your arthritis.
Yep.
It can help you with your high blood pressure. And we could grow it right in the backyard.
Right in the backyard. Isn't that something? I always said, man, if they can't tax it, it's illegal.
Oh, that's always the case.
Yeah.
But they figured out how to make their money on it.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible, man.
But I don't think people are paying attention right now because big businesses. I mean, it's being, like you said, it's being traded on the stock market.
They come
Quick.
in, getting it on out.
They're gonna do it quick.
Yeah, I better get ready to fight.
I'm
Seriously.
optimistic though. I do believe that there is a.
Ready to fight. You got to fight about it.
I believe when you buy your weed, right? All of us that have bought weed for many years, there is a personal relationship you like to have. At least I do. With the person that I bought the weed. Walking into a store and buying is cool, but calling your people and being like, it's almost like having, what's the expensive shit? You rich. When you buy the wine and what's it called? The sommelier.
Yeah.
He walks over to the table and tells you, you know what I mean, the season and the soil and the pairing of this with that. Like, I like my weed to...
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I want to start a weed tasting. Ooh. Ebro, we got that.
I just need 15%.
We got that.
15%.
No, we go 50-50, man.
Oh, I'm in for 50?
Yeah.
I'm not putting up any bread, though.
Don't matter.
Oh, I'm in. We in. It's my guy to dream, man. Yo, I made him a lot of money throughout the years. It's coming back. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing these records. That publishing looking nice.
This guy, I love him.
Yo, other than Ménage and Trois, which is available on Apple Music right now, it's 38 songs. You go and take it apart and set the mood as you want it. The last time we talked, you would not tell me the things you are cooking. Because I know...
Working on a re-release for Love Hate.
Okay.
Adding two songs to Love versus Money.
Uh-huh.
Shooting a video to Fancy and Fast.
Whoa, time out.
I tried to skate, but...
Time out. Fancy, as an R&B record, changed the trajectory of R&B and hip-hop at the moment that it dropped.
Yeah.
Because that changed.
I think so.
What year was that, 2009?
Yep.
That was when Drake came out and like Successful and a lot of those Drake melodic rap sound started was around that Fancy record.
And right after that, I think Fab and Drake did the remix to Throw It in the Bag, which was record, but it was Fancy.
Which was Fancy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing a video to that and Fast Car. And I'm working on, I've already done Sextape before. I got to do 5 and 6. And so I'll have that done before April.
I know Rihanna hasn't given us her music. Has she contracted you to be a part of?
Yeah, she's cooking. She's about done.
Rihanna's done.
She's about done.
How many more records you got to go mix and finish?
She's about done.
I'm trying, guys. Work with me. Is the Rihanna project the reggae thing that we was talking about, that she was talking about?
She's about done.
Damn. Okay. So I'll stop there. I'm not getting any.
Yeah, she's about done. Super close.
Beyonce.
If it wasn't for Fashion Week.
Has Beyonce called now that the holidays are over and she's done touring?
She's doing something.
She's doing something. Mm-hmm. So the phone rang. You guys exchanged pleasantries.
I actually haven't talked to her about it. I've talked to the team about it because it's kind of just being coordinated. Got it. But she's doing something.
So can I ask you a question? How does that work when you say team and coordinated? That means you have.
Well, it's a different life now. Like she has 3 kids.
Right.
You know, it's a different ball game.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know, so it's like
it's
somebody
parent
hit
life.
me like, yo, this is where we go in this space. We go do blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Get the color palette. Here's the colors.
Got it. Ideas
okay, cool.
and
right.
whatever.
All right, cool. Go cook. That's what we do.
Got it.
Yeah.
How many traditionally, how many songs does the dream walk into with sketch ideas for somebody like a Beyonce or a Rihanna?
I try not to. Like I really try to like get that energy like on spot. Like I want it. Like me and you, if me and you working, you're like, yo, I'm finna start working. I don't even want to hear about it, yo. Meet me here. You can play me some ideas if you got some, but I don't want to hear none. I just want to be able to cut. And I want their mic to be working immediately. Like, I don't want to leave that energy and it's like, oh, I got it. And then there's nowhere to cut it, which is why I hate hearing about songs. So somebody will hit you. I was on the phone yesterday with a good friend talking about some Mary J. Blige records. And he was talking to me about the records. And I'm in the car in between press stuff. I'm like, yo, stop talking to me don't talk to me about nothing until I get in front of Mike where I can do something about it. I can't do it. I don't want to hear it. Nope. Don't want to hear it.
Will we ever be able to get the songs that you made with Drake and Kanye and Kid Cudi and Travis?
Up in the hills?
In Wyoming?
I don't know. There's a lot of things made and a lot of beautiful records, man. That's what's so unfortunate.
How many records were made up there?
Man, probably like
from you in your
Oh, from me, probably like 23, 24.
23, 24 ideas.
Mm-hmm. Easily. Yeah.
And has anybody called you and said, "Man, let's figure this out. Let's reuse. Run that back."
Oh, no, I already took something, so I'm gonna hit the math. It's almost done mastered, but. Yeah,
so you pulled something out.
Oh, yeah, that was something. I'm sure nobody's paying attention. I'm like, yeah, let me get this thing.
And you pulled it out for yourself or it's going
Yes, man. Yes. Let me get this right here. You guys, go ahead, do your thing. I got this right here.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Mike Dean, in future terms.
What are you most excited about that you're working on or an artist you're working with?
It's funding for my label, 1. 2.
Okay.
These movies I'm writing. Because I've just been waiting for that Ice Cube moment of like, oh, we didn't know he used to write songs. Was an artist. I can't wait. You just walk in and like, hey, that's
now
Dream.
There's so many
and
ways
your
to
dad's
put out
like,
content.
oh yeah, that's Dream that so-and-so. Like, no, that's the guy that did this cultural like movie right here. It's like, no, that's Shawty's 10. It's like, no, Dad, it's not. I want that.
It's time to make the transition to the next.
Yeah, it's been going on. It's just been. I did it the same way I got in. Just let it fall into place, man. Just be ready.
Listen, his name's The Dream.
Weed tasting.
Weed tasting. No, I say we do like instead of doing. Remember how they got like what is it like the wine tours where you go to the.
And we gotta do the tea.
Yeah, tea tasting.
Yeah, we gotta filter the weed.
Yo, we just launched a new business out here, so anybody that wants to invest,
let us know, cause ain't nothing like spending somebody else's money.
The Dream, man. Let's play something off Ménage Trois, man. Pick a record. What you want to play? I like that Challenger. That shit is hard.
Of course you do. Let's play Bedroom.
Damn. It's The Dream, man. Pick it up. Ménage Trois on Apple Music. It's Hot 97.